35-year-old man murdered and dismembered his lover after she wanted out of their secret liaison. Maid at the upmarket condominium complex where the murder took place last Wednesday, foiled the killer's plan to conceal the body of his murdered 30-year-old lover when she got a glimpse of the chaos within the rented room and detected the overwhelming stench of blood, which she reported to managers. They called in the police, who within hours made an arrest. 35-year-old Chanwit Wongsahat or Don, a lovesick man, murdered his girlfriend and butchered her body in Bangkok at a fourth-floor condominium residence in the Samut Prakan area of the metropolis on Wednesday last. He told police he had resolved to murder the woman after she had become coy about the pair's illicit relationship, which had been ongoing for 2 years but which cooled when he was laid off from his real estate job where he had worked alongside 30-year-old Ornan, whose dismembered body parts were unearthed by police on Friday, following his arrest and a full confession at the scene of the murder just hours earlier. Mr. Don's plot to conceal his girlfriend's murder was foiled by an observant maid at the upmarket condominium complex where the couple's love nest became a place of execution last Wednesday evening after a ferocious but anticipated row between the pair erupted. Left, the accused man, 35-year-old Chanwit Wongsahat, at Samrong Nua police station where police are pursuing charges of premeditated murder and concealment of a body against him. Inset, police unearthed the body parts of the 30-year-old woman under the shadow of a motorway on Friday following the arrest of Mr. Chanwit at the scene of the crime earlier. Right, Police Lieutenant General Shurikat Haikparn briefed the media and the public in Samut Prakan on Sunday on the facts and circumstances of the appalling murder last Wednesday of the man's 30-year-old lover Ornan Orpin at a condominium building nearby. On Sunday, the 2nd of October, in Samut Prakan on the outskirts of Bangkok, Police Lieutenant General Shurikat Haikparn, Assistant Police Commissioner, briefed the media on the brutal murder and dismemberment of a 30-year-old woman, a successful real estate broker, in the center of Samut Prakan by her lover this week. Police at Samrong Nua police station in Bangkok led by Police Colonel Arthit Simcharan had been collecting evidence following the arrest of 35-year-old Chanwit Wongsahat on Friday at the Thanamit condo complex or residences on the Wat Arifan Road in the center of the suburb. Murder took place on the 4th floor of the building last Wednesday, the 28th of September, when the man stabbed his lover 10 times after a ferocious row. The crime took place on the 4th floor of the upmarket condominium building within room 402. The arrest, on Friday, came about after a maid at the condo complex mistakenly entered the room being rented by the man, a former real estate salesperson, and his girlfriend, which they had both checked into on Wednesday, September 28 last. The maid told management in the building of her suspicions after she detected the overwhelming smell of blood from the room and from the detritus which she had glimpsed when entering the room by mistake on Friday morning, September 30. She also told police that she had become suspicious as she had seen the couple entering the room on Wednesday together, but subsequently, only the man was seen going to and fro. Police responded quickly on Friday to the report. Officers concluded a murder had taken place in the room even as the culprit drove back to the scene. Police immediately responded to the report and carried out an examination of the room, which found evidence of blood stains, leading senior officers to conclude that a murder had taken place. This was on Friday while Mr. Chanwit, also known as Mr. Don, was on his way back to the tragic love nest in his white Honda Civic car. On arrival at the building, he was confronted by police and immediately confessed to his appalling crime. The 35-year-old had murdered his girlfriend, named only by police, at this stage, by her first name Ornan and nickname, which was Pin. Couple had worked together in real estate. It is being reported that the pair had worked together in the real estate sector even though Mr. Chanwit or Don was already married. He had since then been laid off from his position while his girlfriend continued her career. It was a secret and casual affair that Mr. Don told the police on Friday had begun to turn sour. It had been ongoing for 2 years. He told officers that he was very much in love with Pin, so much so that he wanted to go public with the relationship. However, Ms. Ornan did not want this and was beginning to become more elusive and less committed to their ongoing liaison. Mr. Chanwit also began to suspect that she had taken another lover and had resolved before last Wednesday to murder his girlfriend if that turned out to be the case. Killer was certain that his lover had found a new partner as her demeanor towards him had deteriorated before last week's climatic showdown. He told police he was certain beforehand that this was the case as his lover's behavior and demeanor towards him had changed considerably. He had come last Wednesday prepared to commit murder. Within the room, in Samut Prakan, He had placed a knife and axe to carry out the killing, which followed a ferocious row between them on Wednesday, during which the man stabbed his lover no less than 10 times until all life within her had expired. Crazed married man who murdered 23-year-old woman on Christmas Day was high on illicit drugs. After the murder, Mr. Chanwit told police that he spent the next 2 days and nights with her body before swinging into action on Friday morning, when he began dismembering Ms. Chanwit's body in the bathroom, cutting it into 7 parts and putting them into 7 bags. Killer had carefully chosen a spot under a busy Bangkok motorway overpass with no video surveillance as the last resting place for his lover. Video retrieved from the condominium complex shows the 35-year-old man carrying plastic bags from the building on Friday using the lift in the complex. Mr. Chanwit, who himself resides on Swawa Cherafon in the Bangkok district of Bangkok, had chosen a spot along an expressway or motorway in the Lot Phrio area of Bangkok between Ramanthra and at Narong Road to conceal the body parts of his former lover. It was on this ground, under a pier or intersection of the expressway structure, where he had determined there was no CCTV surveillance, that he used a hoe to dig up the ground to bury the body parts at different spots while the motorway traffic raced above. Police brought him back to this location where the body parts were recovered on Friday in handcuffs, wearing a black tank top and fashionable green shorts. Full briefing by senior police on Sunday and display of items linked with the gruesome and shocking case. On Friday, police teams sealed off the area and recovered the body parts from the freshly disturbed soil. They also later recovered the implements used by the killer in the burial exercise from a canal near Mania University using specialized divers. On Sunday, Police Lieutenant General Shurikat briefed the media in Samut Prakan. He put on display clothing and other items used by the killer, who has been charged with premeditated murder and other offenses linked with concealment of the body of his girlfriend in her murder. Among the items displayed in public was a pair of black and yellow gloves, a 120 cm metal hoe used to bury the body parts, and a back screen printed with the message "Save the World."